Hey, this is Mike Long, and I am feeling so privileged to be here with Rob Jones. Rob Jones, a top talent, really up-and-coming superstar in the internet marketing world. And I've known Rob. It's a very special thing for me to be sharing this situation with you, because I've had my eye on Rob really since Rob first started making his few dollars, his first few $100s online. He started making his first few $100s. He got excited, and he kicked it into overdrive and kept going and going. Then he made his first thousands of dollars, and then several thousands of dollars, then tens of thousands of dollars. And Rob, I want you to kind of walk me through this. Right here, I have a listing from WSO Pro, and this is a payment processing system on Warrior Forum, and it's got a $13,000, and it's $13,000 in earnings. I think this is what is this from? Is this from the first day or so of your most recent offering?
Yeah, I believe so. I'm not looking at the screenshot myself right now, but I think the dates are there.
Yeah, it says start date is the 9th and end date is the 9th. So this is one day, your first day.
Exactly.
And so what's the progression? And then I'll show a few days what happened in the next few days. But what led up to this point? Just the few moves that led up to this first $13,000. And this is a $5 per click. So we're kind of like beginning right in the middle here. And of course, we'll get into the backstory and some of the things that led up to this. But I want to kind of start right in the middle here, right in the middle of the action.
Okay. Well, I got together with a friend of mine. I don't know if you know him or not. His name's Gary Kramer. And we had this idea that we kind of worked out. And we went and found a programmer. And, you know, kind of told him what we wanted. And I didn't tell you this, but we didn't actually spend any money on the entire launch. We got the programmer. He got his cut, so he just, you know, he's part of the action.
You cut him in on things. You said, hey, listen, I've got a reputation. I want you to help us build a product, and I'm actually going to give you a cut of the action to incentivize you to do a great job.
Exactly.
That's brilliant. That's brilliant. That actually tails into something I really want to talk about. So please make a note of that. That's really key. This idea of product creation, like once you kind of get leverage and build up, a lot of people want to know about affiliate marketing and how to really get ahead of steam, and they want to know how to create a product, and they feel like they have to do it all themselves, and really you don't have to.
Yeah, and I think people will really enjoy this interview because I'm not very good at recruiting affiliates at all, and I didn't really do any recruiting at all for this launch. So I can maybe explain to you sort of some of the strategies when we get to that point of how it was so successful without really any affiliate recruitment at all.
That really is exciting.
So
now, what was the idea behind this particular launch, this trust jacking launch?
The concept behind the product, is that what you mean?
Mm-hmm.
Well, the idea is that there are people out there, like, well, we go into the Oprah effect, and we describe the Oprah effect about how anything that Oprah mentions on the Oprah Winfrey Show, you know, the product creators or the authors, you know, people who've written books, they just go on to become massive successes after they're mentioned on her show. And it's something that the media calls the Oprah effect. And a few of the media outlets have called it, they say that she has $1 million touch. So what we wanted to do was figure out a way where we could sort of tap into that. And so what happens is there's like websites and people that are in every niche that have the same sort of effect. So, you know, if there was somebody in the weight loss niche or, you know, who endorsed your product or who even mentioned something for you, it would just have a massive effect on sales. And so we were trying to think of how to tap into that. And we thought of this way where you can link to other people's content and then just pop up, you know, like a little ad over it. So it's sort of this this symbiotic relationship, kind of like the search engines. You know, the search engines display other people's content and link to other people's content and, you know, drive traffic. And in exchange, you know, the search engines display advertising on their listings and things like that. You know, you go to websites like about.com and all of their external links, they'll frame the content and then they'll show, you know, they'll frame the destination website's content and then they'll show ads around it. And so we wanted to create something sort of similar. And so what we did was, what you can do is you can go find trending topics, you know, like on Facebook or on Twitter,
Or Alexa.
or in phones. Yeah, anywhere really.
Yeah, Yahoo has trending topics, sure.
Exactly, and just go find a conversation and get involved in the conversation and kind of contribute to it. And then maybe link to an article or a piece of content that somebody else has created, that can add to the content, and people will click on that because it's just it's helpful, interesting stuff, and then when they go over there, then you display a little pop up over their site.
And what are you selling? Are you selling an affiliate offer in this case?
Pretty much anything you want. What we kind of pushed on the launch was CPA offers, because the easiest way to use it is, especially when you're getting started out, is go find an article, copy and paste the little link, go get a CPA offer that matches up to it. The example that I gave was the presidential elections, which are really big news right now. So
sure.
It's easy to find people talking about the presidential elections, find controversial articles and stuff like that.
Sure.
Go find a conversation, share an article with them. Like I found an article where Obama's, one of his campaign advisors called Mitt Romney's campaign packed full of lies. And so it'd be easy to share an article like that and get a lot of free traffic
sure.
just because people are interested in it. And then on the back end, it pops up a little CPA offer that says, who do you think is going to win the election, Obama or Mitt Romney? Shows pictures. They click, they check which one they want, enter their name and enter their, I think it's a name and email, click submit.
Yeah.
And every time that they submit it, that somebody submits that form, you get paid like $1.50 or $1.60.
Okay, so let me just go to a website. I'll go to, say, drudgereport.com here, which is a political website. Let me pull that up.
Oh, there'll be tons of stuff on Drudge Report you can use.
And we'll just take a look at one of the headlines, just whatever pops up here. So it says, it's got a picture of Obama, and it says, GM wants out of government, Obama says no. So we could just take literally this article right here, click on it, whatever it says, and General Motors pushing U.S. to sell stake. And so looks like it's a Market Watch Wall Street Journal advertisement of some sort. And so you could just copy and paste that article, and then where post it on a blog, or where would it go?
Well, that's where you can get creative with it. Like you could post it to your Facebook wall. You can go right into the software, click a link, and it has a one-click share button where you could post it to Facebook, to Twitter, to, I think we have something like 6 or 7 different one-click sharing links to various different social sites. Or you could go find a conversation this is probably one of the most effective ways. Go find a conversation that's already happening. You might find a Facebook group that's a political group, and a lot of times these groups have, tens of thousands of members. And you can hop in there and they'll have a conversation that's very active, and you just get involved in you go where the traffic already is.
And what the software then does is displays the advertisement. Now, what's really cool about this is I love how you, and this is a great tip, I love how you cut the programmer in, because now what you're dealing with is something that's pretty complex, probably not over the top, but something that if you're just paying, if somebody's in and out and they get paid, and they get paid their $1,000 or their $500 if you go to Elance or something like that, then they're not very incentivized to work out the kinks and to like really make it shine. Whereas probably in this situation, your programmer, in you cutting him in, it really incentivizes him to like go nuts with it.
Right, yeah, I mean, he made way more money than he would have made if we just hired him to do the plugin. And now we just go stick him in the support desk, and when there's technical issues, he jumps in there and gets involved, and updates the software. And
he's pretty incentivized. Like he feels pretty good about things. How's he feeling about things right now?
I think he's pretty stoked.
Okay.
Because programmers don't make a ton of money, and so he's making a lot more money than he normally would.
Oh, that's so cool. Like that's so cool. I love that idea. So okay, well, we've gotten a little bit into how things work, and this isn't so much. One of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this software isn't so much. It's not so much about the software. Of course, that's great. But really, this interview and what I'm excited about is to talk about you. And I loved getting into the inner workings. So you created the software. You created this deal with you. It was Gary, right? Was your partner?
Yeah.
You and Gary and the programmer. and you guys came up with this partnership, and we'll get more into how you marketed it. But let's get into some of the results here. So I'm going to click on an update stat window here, and it's for $100,077, and that's tremendous. It looks like over 2,000 total sales. Like it looks like it's like $68,000 in front end sales on 1,969 sales. 8% visitor conversion. So congratulations on that. And then a number of other stats here. You can take a look at it here if you want to. But $100,000, 24,000 unique visitors. That's $4. So every time, on average, every time someone clicked and took a look at your Warrior Special offer, then on average about $4 was made. And what's the affiliate commission on this one?
50%.
Okay, so you guys pocketed $50,000 about, and your affiliates, they're also
that's
incentivized.
Even the most recent. We actually made 132,000.
Oh my gosh! Well, heck.
I don't know if you have that shot, but I can grab it real quick.
Do you want to grab it and send it over to me? Yeah. Oh,
here.
that's funny. An update. All right.
Yeah.
This $100,000 is peanuts. That's nothing. And this was over the course of about a week of the launch was about a week. Is that right?
Yeah, it was open for, I think it was open for 9 days.
So almost
see if I can find
more than $10,000 a day.
I took a lot of screenshots.
Good for you. Good for you. Yeah, it's fun. That launch effect is really exciting, and it's a progression, and it can be really, really fun. And that's kind of something I want to get into. Well, while Rob is going through this stuff, I want to go through a little bit of the background, my experience of having dealt with Rob going back almost 2 years ago. Now, when Rob got started, he got started inside of Bring the Fresh, which is something that I'm a part of with Kelly Felix, and we mostly talk about search engine optimization, about getting a site ranked #1 on Google pretty quickly and easily, and something very similar to OMG, and well, you know, it has its differences, but anyways, whatever. That's where Rob got started, and there's a real community aspect to Bring the Fresh. And Rob got started inside of the community, got really excited about something that we call launch jacking, and launch jacking is the idea of picking an upcoming launch and getting a website ranked for it, because of course you know that, you know, let's say getting a site ranked for car insurance, it's going to be very lucrative, but it's going to be very competitive. Whereas you could get ranked for something else like duct tape art, and that's going to be not very competitive. It'll be very easy to rank for, but not very lucrative. Okay, so I pulled this up, and it says final day 21,000. So this was on the final date, $21,000 and
every single person for every click, for every visitor, we earned $6.20.
$6.20,
which is pretty unheard of. I sent you 2 links, so there should be another one for the overall stat.
Okay, let's see if I can find that. Oh, I see it right here. Final day. Okay, and here's the overall stats, and this is going to blank out Rob for a second here. $132,000. Congratulations, man. And you can see
Thanks.
It starts September 1st and then September 13th, and that's wow. You wound up with almost 2,500 sales and $132,000. What a triumph! Great job, man. And to you and your whole team. Well, this is really cool, and we're having this conversation just a couple days after that launch, so we're right in the thick of things, and everything's really fresh in your mind. And so I was telling a little bit about the backstory, a little bit about Rob's backstory. So the idea with launch jacking is that a big launch comes up, something like Trust Jacker, which is Rob's launch, and you rank for that launch, and then you offer some sort of a bonus. It's very easy to rank for, and it's very lucrative because people are very excited about it. As you can see, there's a lot of excitement surrounding this particular launch. And then you make an affiliate offer. And Rob made his first few $100s doing that with launch jacking. And then he made, then he redoubled his efforts. He's like, man, this is cool. I got a site up and ranked for, who knows, pushbuttonprofits.com or whatever it was. It doesn't really matter right now. And then what happened was, what Rob did is, like, rather than run off to another niche, he didn't run off to the health niche. Well, actually, he did. He ran off to a niche that was outside of the internet marketing world and started making a few offers surrounding. What was the progression? Was it wood carving?
Let's see. I think you're referring to, I had do-it-yourself cabinet plans. I think was the last thing we talked about.
Yeah, you did some do-it-yourself cabinet plans, but all this was built around, you were doing this to build specific focus case studies in the internet marketing space, because what you wanted to do, you had a passion for internet marketing, and you wanted to get involved. You saw these launches going on. You wanted to like build yourself up, build up your chops, get better and better at internet marketing yourself, develop some techniques of your own, develop some ideas of your own, share some content of your own. So you started putting together case studies and more websites and more offers surrounding internet marketing. And see, what so many people do, and it's a huge mistake, it's understandable, but it's a huge mistake, I made this mistake myself, is they jump from niche to niche to niche. They'll have a gold website, and a website about politics, and a website about carpentry, and none of them really work together in any sort of way. Even when you were doing your do-it-yourself niche, it was specifically built for internet marketing case studies. Like, you really wanted to do that to test some stuff and as a case study. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's true. I did try out a few different websites, and what I found was the niches that I wasn't that passionate about didn't really get a lot of my time and energy. You know, like I would start off in a niche, and maybe I'd put in an effort, and then after a while, you just lose interest. You know, like I have a website that's a palm reading website, and it's one of the big for one of my last products was a big case study website, and it gets so many people signing up per day that I could just focus on that. It's a 4-figure per month website, but if I just focused on that and I was really passionate about it, yeah, I'm sure I can make tons of money. But the thing is, I'm not. Yeah. You know, not even like remotely passionate about palm reading and spirituality. So yeah, it really just served as a case study website, and couldn't even hold my interest at some point. You know, I just went back to the stuff that I really love, which is
because you really love this internet marketing stuff. And one of the places where you're really active is Warrior Forum, and Warrior Forum is a great opportunity. It's a big bustling marketplace. I met recently with Tim Atkinson, who's somebody who I think that you know and really respect. And Tim's had a lot of success using WSOs and Warrior special offers on Warrior Forum as a springboard. And see, the neat thing is that once you get involved in this stuff, then what you can start doing is you can start looking for other places. Like for example, one of the things that you did was you started designing software. You were like, well, you learned some techniques, you got a few things down, and you actually had a software design, and I actually have a screen capture of your first big WSO success. Whoops, that's something else. Let's see if I can find this correct one here. Here we go. Got your good-looking picture here. It says $108,826 $108,000. This is your first big WSO, and made over $100,000. And this was also for a software offer. But the cool thing was, this second time around, you really learned, and you didn't even design your own software. This time, you got. I mean, of course, you had unique software for this, but you did exactly what I was saying, which is once you've built several sites or made headway into a niche, and you've gotten deeper into it. In this case, it was internet marketing. Once you've done that, then what you can do is you can go deeper and deeper into it, and you can JV with people. Instead of making your own products, you can actually JV with other people, and they can make products for you, or you can, of course, you can work with them. And that's so cool, because then your efforts can be more focused on just getting more traffic, building up your business, and that's what you've done here.
Yeah, I got to focus on what I enjoy. I have some experience in not necessarily in like creating software or anything, but like, tweaking the conversion rates on like user interfaces, making them more user-friendly and stuff like that. Basically, I'm sure you realize we've done a few interviews, but before I got into internet marketing, I did usability. Yeah, exactly. So basically make like wireframes. So it's like a really, really slimmed down version of something. So you might look at a website and it would have a little box here that says navigation, extremely simple, like something you could draw in Microsoft Paint. But, right. So that was where I was, what I was doing with the partner. And that really is super boring to me.
Yeah.
And you know, I was pretty good at it, but when it comes to the internet marketing stuff and products, what I really enjoy is kind of like making the sales page and the message, and you know, some of the training and stuff and things like that, kind of inspiring people.
Yeah.
Actually creating the software, or you know, trying to make sure that everything works perfectly on the software is just like mind-numbing to me.
How did this recent really triumphant successful offer, how did that break down? Like, because you really wanted to be a part of a team, and so many people are this way, where they want to be a part of a team, but it's so great if you can lead with value. For you, you were able to lead with value. You were able, first of all, you can get free traffic to your websites. You knew how to do that. Then you leverage that to like really start understanding how launches work and how marketing works. You did some launch jacking and stuff like that, and you got better and better at that stuff. So obviously, a lot of what you were involved with in this launch was the conversion process, the training process. How did this team come together? Obviously, the programmer programmed. What did Gary do? What was his part of the model?
Well, Gary develops software, so he's done software for a long time, and there's a lot of launches out there where he's white labeled the software, so he creates the software and then somebody else uses it in their product. So we've been friends for a little while. You know, we actually met through on Facebook through Kelly. Kelly had mentioned me on Facebook, and Gary saw that, and we started talking about some stuff, and then we became friends. And we've been talking for ages, and you know, hanging out and stuff, and eventually we were like, we should do something together.
Yeah.
You know, so he had the initial idea, and it was real basic. So him and we sort of started discussing it and discussing the best way to do it.
So it's really almost like a two-person programming team in this case, like
right, exactly.
two of the three partners, because that's such an important part of it. But but the great thing with a software offer, which is what this is, and you realize this from your previous launches, that once you got the right software offer, it largely it's almost like a partner in and of itself that helps you sell. People really like buying tools.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and Gary's not a software guy either. So neither of us could like build the software if we wanted to.
Right, but one of the things he could do is interface with the software designer and help that person, you know, get things together and bring things together.
Right.
This is a really killer case study because, again, here you go. This is a brand new business that's just getting started out, already $130,000. And by the way, you could say, well, that's only 50% profit, but guess what? In rushing $65,000 to affiliates, you're incentivizing your affiliates to bring you more traffic on a silver platter. They remember you.
You know, we closed down the offer because it was just a beta launch, and it got big real fast, even bigger than we expected. We're gonna do another small, like, second phase beta launch here pretty quick, and then we're gonna go on to do a much larger scale launch. And this is like, you know, nothing compared to what we're planning to do with the big launch. So, if anything, this is just like baby steps up to our eventual goal with this thing.
Well, and that's another good lesson is you're not eating that elephant in one bite. You're just doing it one move, then one move, then one move, and bringing things along.
Yeah, we have. When I closed it down, I changed the buy now buttons to, you know, I just swapped them with the link. So when people go to click buy, it takes them to a squeeze page that says, you know, we've closed down the offer. We will be reopening it soon. But, you know, if you want to be one of the very first to know, you know, to hear when we open it, just put in your name and your email. So it's just a little squeeze page. And we've got hundreds of people that join that list. And every day I wake up and there's like, you know, a dozen emails from people saying, hey, you know, I missed it. Can you just send me?
And they want to get in on this. And your customers are having success. Affiliates are having success. But yet you didn't have to focus on getting affiliates. What was your affiliate strategy for this launch?
Well, you know, the way that Warrior Plus works, that the affiliate platform, and the way that it's different from ClickBank and some other affiliate platforms, is that they show the statistics, like the important statistics, like earnings per click. It shows the overall average earnings per click of an offer. And so you can see, if I mail for this offer, how much money will I make for every click I send?
Yeah.
If I mail for that offer, how much money will I make? And so my strategy revolves entirely around making my sales page convert way better than everybody else's. So if they go in there and they say, I can send maybe 100 clicks, and they look at mine and it says $6 EPCs. They go, well, I can make $600.
Yeah.
And then they look at this other guys and they say, see, you know, $1.20, and they go, oh, I can make $120. Which
Yeah.
one are they going to mail?
Well,
You know?
one of the things I'd like to do, Rob, with your permission, is below this video, I'd like to include a link or two to some of your top converting offers, so someone watching one of these videos can take a look and try to reverse engineer some of the moves that you've made and why it is that your pages are successful, and then they can use that in their own offers.
Sure, sure. You want me to give those to you now? Or you'll just post them later?
Yeah, actually, yeah, I'll post them after the fact. But I really appreciate that. And I want to say, like, I know you're right in the middle of making all these launch moves. I really appreciate your valuable time in helping me put together this this brief, but I think very powerful interview. You know, I got to tell you, I've gotten to know you over time, and your passion for this stuff, it really shines through. And I'm so glad to be able to share a couple links below to some of your top offers.
Absolutely, man.
All right, yeah, Rob. Well,
thank
you so much. I really appreciate your valuable time, and this has been great stuff. It's so great to so exciting to be right inside of a live, living, huge financial profit success situation. And you know, really, my hat's off to you. I know that so many people watching this are inspired, just like I am.
Yeah. I had a lot of fun with it too. You know, and people are making money, and what more can you ask for?
Awesome. All right. Thanks so much, Rob. I really appreciate your valuable time.
Absolutely. Thanks, Mike.